Like all you can do sometimes is try and create an environment that they can play the game in, rather than waiting for them to do it for you. At higher ranks, or well, not even at higher ranks, with a good team, you shouldn't have to do that. D.Va should be equal parts leading at the front and also protecting and supporting in the back. For a lot of that match there, until you built your ult, you were only doing the supportive stuff. This video is brought to you by SciKnight Esports Professional Coaching, the support of awesome viewers like you. For details on coaching, the community, and other ways to support the channel, please check out the description down below. And do consider liking and subscribing, because that stuff really does help us out. Other than that, hope you enjoy. So you were doing a good job of what I'd asked you to do before, but we wanna try and take it to a more advanced level. So I mean, so paying attention to where your team was. You were trying to pay attention to where everyone was. I saw you like checking backwards as you're coming out of spawn to see what people are doing. Early on, I can just hear where everyone is, and I know no one's going off to the side. We're all grouped up together here. So I'm going to be focusing forward now. And I'm going to be trying to play a lot more aggressively forward until I can't be up here anymore. So I'm taking a lot of damage, but not so much that it's a problem. So I'm going to be constantly holding left click and pushing myself towards the front. Okay. And I heard something going on behind, so turn around. Deal with it quickly. I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. Okay, we need to take the objective now. And you were being very careful. See, I'm looking for who's in a fight and trying to just be aware of my surroundings. But even if no one's doing anything, I can be the one to move in and help my team have something to aggress towards. So, like being the one to be aggressive like this, where I'm now the one that's going alone, you can do this and just realize that as soon as I start, as soon as you start taking damage in a bad way, I can back up using Matrix. So I'm being really aggressive here, pushing the limits, but there's also cover, so I can get out and not be hurting things too much. My Tracer's there. I don't want to waste too much time trying to get to where she is, because better stay with my team. She's okay on her own unless the opportunity is close enough. So I want to help out my soldier, prevent her from going down. At lower ranks, it's almost a guarantee and Anna's going to try and sleep you immediately, so I just put my Matrix on her. At higher ranks, I have to try and play a little bit more mind games and try to react rather than just be holding it. So I see the hog. Yeah, I knew he was going to try and hook, so I was already moving towards the cover there. See, I'm being very aggressive out here. We're very far forward, but all it takes is paying attention to where the limits are of my health, so I'm not in too deep. Okay, they took the point, but we'll take it right back. Okay. So it's fairly chaotic, and I'm glad, because that's the way your games will likely be. You're not going to see these very coordinated fights, except after everyone dies or if you're on defense. It's really whoever's the most aggressive. Like if you have really aggressive DPS teammates, then you want to try and support them and keep them from dying while at the same time making them more effective. But if you know you're better than them, and they're really not doing it, then you can be the one to push up and be aggressive to make things happen, to give your team some space. So that's what I'm trying to do right here. Even if I'm going to lose mech, which ideally I wouldn't lose mech, but I was able to push in and hold space, and my team just has the free reign to do work from the back.
Adaptive circuits engaged. D.Va.
Tactical visor activated.
You're always more effective in your mech. So being here with my my team is way better than trying to... I don't want to lose my mech. That's unfortunate. There's no way I could come back in. Tactical crouch spam. Ah, yeah, no way. Not if they're both gonna come after me. You're way better off just being in your mech. And so a lot of the time, I'd say it's probably 75% of the time I'm gonna use my ult just to make sure that I can stay in mech. And there's no shame in doing that. But the lower the rank you're playing at, the more often you can get really big ult kills just by throwing your ult in the general direction of the team. Because people react a lot more slowly at this rank. So next time I get it up, I'll try and show you how I angle things. I kind of want to let them win this round so that we get the third map. But... Oop. Okay. So the next fight I'll be able to... Yeah. So I saved it there because I know I'm gonna have time. I was waiting for a recall if she had one. Unfortunate. You know how to throw your ultimate just in general, right? So you'd kind of like boost at an angle and then hit your ult.
Yeah, I just don't know how to get it where I want it to a lot of the
Okay.
time.
All right. Well, unfortunately, the answer to that is just a lot of practice. I spent a lot of time just in the training range back before there were custom games, so I just had to like manually build ults off of the training bots. I spent a lot of time just doing ult reps, tossing them so that they would land exactly where I would want them to. So like, if you know you're good enough to do it, if you know you have a good one-on-one situation like that, you can be the one to go in aggressively and just force, well, either you get a kill on your own, or your team now has space to move in because the enemy team has to focus on you. And just playing for the point is so much safer. But if we're really doing that much better than the enemies, sure. So when you're looking for places to get an ult, honestly, up near that spawn area is great because there's no cover. It's just a big open area. In this area too, if they come down here, right in there. Okay, it was a little bit late. They'd already pushed too far forward, but it did slow them down, and it's allowing us some time to. Oh my gosh, the Genji didn't focus her with me. That was bad. So the bomb doesn't always need to get kills in order to be effective. What we had there was a lot of extra time to fight them before they pushed in, and it split them up. Some of them pushed in, some of them backed out, and we're able to no. Ooh. Yeah, but throwing it up in the air also, in order for them to pay attention to it, they have to take their eyes off of you a little bit better. Or a little bit more. So not only is it gonna cover more ground when it's up in the air, but well, helps give your team some covering fire, so to speak. Just it forces them not to focus on something else even more.